Hey guys, Mike Losh here with Slosh Tubz. Today I want to go over some install tech tips, tricks, some stuff to help you guys make this job easier. So what we've got today, we're going to start with, let's start with the basic tools that we use. You're going to want whatever cutoff that you like. I like a 4-inch angle grinder to cut, 1/2-inch socket, 1/8-inch drill bit, and a step drill bit. Then I use a welder clamp, a floor jack, and a tapered punch to help line up my holes, along with these extended length pointed bolts that we include. These are a lifesaver when installing these tubs. So we're going to start with that. That's the basic tools we use to do this job. And we look here, I brought an 81 to 87 Fender here to show you. Now, of course, other ones are different years, 67 to 72, but all of these basic ideas will work on the range of years. So what I've got here is, so this is one of our trim templates that come with the kit. It does passenger or driver side. So this one is the 81 to 87 specific for the mild tubs. You see the holes here to line up with the, they line up with the hood hinge holes here. And you're going to mark that bottom line there, fold these down and mark the line down to the edge. And down on the edge here, you're going to cut right on the edge of those clips. All you're leaving is that clip because that's where your inner fender bolts back in. So once you get that cut, and you can do this on the truck. I never take them off the truck to do it. You can do them off the truck too, but I like to do it on the truck so you have everything positioned where you want. So once you get that cut, you're going to go to your tub. And so if you look on this side of the tub, around the flange here, I've got holes marked. So they're not drilled, they're just marked around the edge here. So what I do and where I start is I'll take my 1/8-inch drill bit and I'll drill the center of each of these holes. And so once I get that drilled, I'm going to take the 1/8-inch hole drilled. I'm going to take this tub over to the truck. I want to put it up in the opening from the bottom. Take your wheel and tire off, put the tub in from the bottom. I'm going to take my welder clamp and clamp this front flange loosely under the core support. I want this tub to still move a little bit. If you get this too tight, the tub can't move and won't seat into the fender like it wants to seat. Once I get that clamped in place, I'll come to the back. I put my floor jack under this back flange and I'll jack this tub up into the opening. Once I get it up in the opening, I get this flange about 1.5 inches away from the mounting flange on the fender up here. I'll take me a piece of wire or something, stick it through that 1/8-inch hole and see if it's lining up with my hole up here. If not, I'll kind of shift it a little bit or maybe move my hole over 1/4 inch before I drill a bigger hole, but I'll start in the top of this arch. So once I get that lined up, I'm going to take my step bit from the bottom and drill this out to where it's bigger than that bolt. I want it to still move a little bit. So I'll stick this bolt through and I'll start it. And then I'll go to this one. And then I'll go to this one and I'll work my way around this arch, getting all these bolts started. Once I've got them all started, I'll come back to here and I'll tighten this one up. And then I'll start tightening back around the edge. Front, back, I'll work my way down around here. The last bolts you want to put in are the ones under the core support here. Like I said, the tub will flex. Don't worry, you're not going to break the tub. The tub will flex and contour to the fender when you're tightening it up. On these mild tubs, or the 73 through 87 tall tubs too, the only thing that's going to be different on them is this is the 81 to 87 tub, and these holes that are marked are for the 81 to 87. Now on the 73 through 80, these holes are over a little farther. The tub's the same, but for some reason GM has the mounting holes over a little farther on this. So I'll measure from the outside of my fender before I try to set this, and I'll put a piece of tape on the outside of my fender and I'll mark from the outside over. It's 1.5 inches to this hole, 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches to this hole, and I'll write that on my tape. So these back ones against the cowl panel might be a little bit different on a 73 through 80, but Anyway, I'm just trying to give you just a basic idea and show you that that's a few things you can do that'll make this install go so easy for you guys. That's gonna help simplify it for you. So one of the other things I wanted to go over with that's different on the mild tubs to the 67 to 72 tubs. This, on the mild tubs, you don't see the outside flange of the tub. On the 67 to 72, this thickness of the outside of the tub here, you can see after it's installed. So what I do on these tubs is, once I install it, get it set where I want it, know my holes are lining up where I want them, I'll pull the tub back out and I will use my flap disc and I will bevel this edge. Thin this edge off a little and then run you some spray paint around that edge and paint that edge back black. And thinning this edge, that'll make it look a lot nicer from the outside. And that's on the 67 to 72 tubs. So that's just a few tips I wanted to share with you today that'll make all of this go so much easier for you. But I'm going to include my number right there by this QR code. You can scan the QR code. If you got any questions, my number is going to be right there by it. Call me. I'll be glad to help you any way I can. Hey guys, one other thing I wanted to add. These patterns, these are rough, close cuts. So if you want to dial this trim pattern out exactly so it nails the exact fit of your Fender, cut it a little bigger than this and then sneak up on it with like a flat disc or something to get your gaps really perfect. This will get you close, but this ain't going to give you a perfect gap. Now, we do have filler panels to fix that. So we make a nice filler panel to go in here if you cut too big. So anyway, just another little tip there.